I may not talk about this thing ever again, but I want to be a T-pop idol. And I don't want to have an account where I show my journey of day 1, day 2, day 3, because then I think for me, I would always be stuck in trying to become that and not actually becoming that. I want to start posting more. I want to do more things. I have created an entire syllabus curated to me as a musician who want to be a singer songwriter, but from India, in Thailand, and all those things. Now, the biggest question I have is how someone like me, by me, I mean this fat girl who is 90 kgs plus. I don't know if I'm 91 or 92 because it keeps fluctuating, but it's between 91 and 92. So, yeah, how this girl who wears silly things, who looks like this, who has no connections and has just only at 22 started. I'm 23 now, I've been trying for a year, failing because of not posting, and now I'm posting consistently. How can I become that? And I thought, okay, keeping my bias for my body and myself aside, let's look at the syllabus. There is your brand, there is your music, there is connections, there is your stage performance, there is heels, there is attending, you know, many other things. This is being known, and it's like people say perform, write music, publish music, but even then you have to learn it, and I'm just starting. So I will share with you my syllabus, and I don't know, we'll see if I can do that this year. But okay, this is not the end. I have part 2 as well, since you already know that the video is long. But in that, I will share the syllabus and what my plan is. This was just like a small introduction, and I'm not well today. I have PCOD, PCOS, and it was all going fine for 7 months, and now again this issue is happening. So that's the thing. How can someone average, practically average, like me become that? And look, I know dark circles, I can say that with makeup it will be fine. I am fat, well, I can represent the community, and I can make sure they know that they can follow their dreams and everything. Curly hair, fine. It's still like I like curly hair. It's fine, whatever. It makes me different. But the thing is, when I'm going through difficult stuff, I do not feel fat. When I achieve something, I do not feel fat. It is not about feeling fat, it is about feeling disgusting. It is about feeling like I'm doing a disservice to my body. And it's not about that. Some people are fat, but they have very high stamina. They can sing for long, they can sing a lot better. And it's not me, so I do know I need to get better. But how? I'm already 23. I want to be rich. So, how can I do that and not be a broke musician and be in Thailand and all of the stuff I have to figure out? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay, so this is what basically I have gathered. So, in music, specifically for me as a singer songwriter, singing songwriting is very important because in Korea and Thailand, though production is also important. I have put that because you have to like give demos of the song, and also it's easier for me to learn to produce my own songs. Then there is ear training. You need to know an instrument, you need to have certain vocal technique, you need to know the choreography, you need to have stage presence, you need to do demo recording, which is where the dog production comes in. There is live set structuring, where if you have to perform live, What songs will you perform? How will that transition happen? What will you have in between? So on larger scale, it is like you are planning a concert. On small scale, it is just like you are planning to sing in a bunch in front of a bunch of people. Then there is how will you collaborate with other writers and how will that flow, because you will not connect with everyone. But also, since I work alone right now, sometimes you do not actually know how to work with someone, which is very important. Then it's the outside noise. Then there is sound design for demos, which is where demo recording and or production comes in. So it's a lot more interrelated. And then there is maintaining health, because if you do not have health, there is nothing that you have. Now, these are the kind of the sub parts which are very important. Now, there is vocal training. In vocal training, you need to know how to control your breath. You need to have pitch and accuracy. You need to know or be able to sing in various tones and ranges. And you need to take care of your throat, which is your vocal health. The next is music theory. The music theory is will help you in instrument and or production, but it's important when you are communicating with musicians or people from the industry as well. So there it comes, what are the scales, what are the keys, what are the chords, what are the harmonies, what is the rhythm and the timing, because sometimes it can go on and off and you don't know. Melody, if you can hear train properly, you will know how the melody flows and what's the structure of the song. Then there comes instrument. Basically, learning guitar or a piano is kind of the bare minimum. It's very good if you know both, but I think you could start with a piano first. Piano will help you learn even more about the MIDI if you have, and once you get it, it will help you in music production. And then, like, instrument, you have to know the keys and everything. So, these are like accompanying skills. Now, songwriting basics basically the song structure. How will it flow? Will the verse come first? Will the bridge is the bridge there or not? Is the verse the first one? How many verses will it have? How long do you want the song to be? So everything is included in that. And then there is it's a part of songwriting only, but it's advanced. So once you know the songwriting basics, you have to focus on hooks, you have to focus on storytelling, you have to focus on what is the area you are writing for. Are you writing for horror? Are you writing sexy? Are you writing emotional? Are you writing peaceful? So sometimes when you do not know the language, even if you do not know it, melody and genre writing can help you figure out what it is. So the sounds that are played in horror movies do not have any lyrics, but you can figure it out that it's horror related because of the sound. And sometimes if there is a heartbreaking song in, let's say, Malayali, or Tamil or Punjabi or any language that you do not know, French, Japanese, anything, you will kind of get to know the feeling behind it if you watch the music video and you see the type of melody it is there. It will definitely help. Then there is always music technology, which is DAW, MIDI, and virtual instruments. Virtual instruments are easier to figure out for me because I do not know piano or guitar at all. So it's easier for me, but either way, it will help. Then there is recording vocals and doing production full on to kind of let them know how the music will flow actually. Then there's basic mixing. Now, mixing is not important to learn, but if you are doing it solo, it's very important. Then there is idol identity, which again is very, very, very important because if I want to become an idol, you will focus on what I wear, my story, what is the artist's story, what is the personal mission that I am after. So, personally, for me, my mission or vision is that I want to create a space where you can be and speak freely because I never had that. I never felt comfortable, even in my own family, doing that in India. So I want to create a space like that. Every artist has a different villain, and because of that, every artist will differ slightly, even in the same genre. So if Sabrina Carpenter writes about sex and Julia Mitchell write about sex versus Taylor Swift write about sex, it would be very different, drastically different. Now, what is the visual identity? Think of Bang Chan, think of Taehyun, think of Taylor Swift, think of Karan Aujla, think of Diljit Dosanjh. They all have an identity. You will be able to picture them, what they are like, and it will help you. Also, what values do I have? I have seen so many letters of people making where they came from, what are their values, edits of the interviews of people. It's very important. Because of that, boundaries for me is also important because I'm like, I already know the bad stuff because I've been in fandoms. I know the bad stuff that goes into it, so I want to have good boundaries already set up. So this is just basically rest is just breaking down everything. Then also we have digital platform which is already like posting on social media and everything. And we have release strategy of how you release when you release, but also fan psychology. If you are a fan and you are watching this after I become very famous, after I have a few songs, after I've won some award, or you were just researching about me, then you would know that fan psychology is very important because people in Thailand, Korea, even a little bit in India now, it's very low in India right now, but still, they have parasocial connection. It feels like we are their friend, we are their brother sisters, we are their lovers, and how you build that cult like community. I don't want my community to be cult like, I want us to be like family members. And with family members, you need to have boundaries, you need to remove some people if necessary, and you need to assert yourself again and again and again. And there is also love. So it's all in one side. But for me, because I've seen the ugly side of things, I've heard about stories. Business law, learning about business is very important. How you will manage your tax, what is the copyright law that will protect the music you make, how will the royalties work, how do you negotiate a contract so that you have the right of publishing your own music even if you leave a company. I don't want with me to happen what happened with Taylor Swift. She lost her music, we all know that. So this is just basically about that. What can label make decisions about? What can I make decisions about? What is something that I want control over? So this is basically it for the moment. So this is just my plan for right now, and I'm super excited because I gave myself a challenge. A new of those series has come, which is basically Only Friends Dream On series. It is Warm, Jaws Gavin, and it has Earth Mix, and I am a huge Warm fan. And it always comes on a specific date, and it's the weekend. For me, it's the weekend, and I am super excited. So, if I do what I need to do, what I plan for myself during the week, I get the privilege of watching that episode. And it is for 12 weeks. The first week is already over, and I'm posting this after a week after editing it and doing everything. So, if I do what I need to do for the next 11 weeks, I can follow the series. If not, it get postponed, and I can only watch one episode per week. I watch other series, I can watch other content, but only this because I desperately want this for myself. So let's say week 4 I do not do it, and week 5 I do it. So the episode fourth, fourth episode I will get to watch on week 5th, and the fifth episode, if I do the work in week 6, I will watch it then. I don't know if I've dug myself a hole, if I'm gonna follow it. I am excited. I have posted this video. It is Literally like 3:30 I have to edit it and then I'll post it. Oh shit. I've never talked about this before, but yeah, I'm learning for Dochi and putting it out there.